There we go. We might be good now. Finally. Let's see. Yes, thank God. Okay, perfect. There we go. There we go. We might be good now. Finally. Let's see. Hang on a second. There we go. Yes, thank God. Alright, accidentally tiddled with the OBS settings and I broke something, so I had to spend the last half hour fixing it, but it seems we're good now. And hey, perfect timing, Unknown Cameraman. Thank you for hopping in. Perfect timing. Glad I didn't make you sit through all that nonsense, but we should being the operative word, be good now. I reset the game capture window, and it refreshed the video capture settings to like way higher resolution than I wanted to do. I just wanted to do what is it, 1920 by 1080. I don't have a super good graphics card, but I honestly think, 1080 yeah, 1080 at 60 frames are good enough for most people. It's not like this is an art stream or anything. We'll do that. Let's see. But do let me know, Unknown Cameraman, if the stream looks fine on your end now. Full aura read. Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, we seem to be good. Alright. Now begins the wait. Yeah, aura read. Yeah, another aura read. The intensity of their auras. Yep. So yeah, we got distressing, increased by 20%. I mean, hey, it is something. Then your Terra, yeah, so it just makes it bigger. Perfect, higher trial, yep. Looks okay, perfect. Yeah, no, I was probably melting my poor GPU trying to, capture the stream at, God, whatever my monitor is, like 38, 50 or whatever. I mean, it's an okay graphics card for now. Like, what is it, a 2070 Super? I mean, not amazing, but definitely good enough to play these games. But maybe now that I'm starting to stream more regularly, I need to jump up to a 30 or 40. Well, no, I was gonna wait because I know, what was it, the new cards were coming out this year, and I wanted to wait for those couple months after whatever new card drops, because then all the people with like 4 or 5 thousand series will start to sell them, or a lot of leftover stock will drop in price. Just kind of gonna be what I would wait for, because GPU prices the past couple years have been bonkers. But it should all work out. Yeah, it might just have to be a minute till I get a better GPU, because I've had a very expensive month. But hey, excuse me, at least it seems to be fine now. And again, 1080 at 60 frames is good for most people, right? I remember when we were so excited to see 720 baby. God, oh, it looks so good. But yeah, so yeah, Phantom Fear, 2 seconds, Lethal makes it 4 seconds. Every time they're in my tear radius, they scream. This makes the tear radius 20% bigger. Here, what's 20% of 24? Hang on. Let me do some math on my phone. 4.8, so just shy of another 5 meters, even with the lowest level of the perk. So 24 becomes 29, you know, almost 30, almost the base terror radius. So certainly helps. Maybe with more open maps it won't be as substantial, but for closer maps this would be nice. But really, this is more for like people who are just hiding around the gin and looking at me, hoping I won't find them. And Lethal's gonna help me out huge in the beginning anyways. I think Lethal is very, very, very good on Springtrap. Not only does it buff your, do you want to hear my FNAF theory about Springtrap? Sure, why not? We're just sitting here waiting for a match, might as well. What is it? I don't know if anybody else is busy or whatever, but I mean, the past couple of videos I've done haven't gotten much traction, unfortunately, and I don't know, I guess I'm just kind of wondering why, but, you know, who knows, you know? Some videos do well, some videos don't. That's just kind of how it is, but I use it to kind of temperature check and see, like, oh, what are people interested in? Clearly, my most successful video at like 1.7 thousand views is the Dead by Daylight collab video, so clearly people like to see me talk about Dead by Daylight, which, I mean, hey, it's going to be the big relevant thing until Secret of the Mimic drops. So might as well, right? I wonder what the max is, like 30 or 40% with distressing. Because that would be huge. Because it's kind of rough on old Springtrap here. Because he's more set up to be a stealth killer and ergo has a smaller terror radius, so... Trying to make it bigger, like with the lowest level of distressing, I can almost make it normal. I made a new Chuck E. Cheese analog horror. Huh. That'd be interesting. I know a lot of people, you know, with the popularity of FNAF, have made a lot of different takes for it, and, what is it, Showbiz Pizza. The one back in the day, and, I even remember people saying that a while ago, how, what is it, the relationship between, what is it, Showbiz Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese Pizza is kind of like the relationship between, or it was vaguely a similar setup between William and Henry, before they ended up merging. Let's see. Scooch this down, there we go. I think the human body in Springtrap is supposed to resemble a burn victim. And I mean, yeah, that would make sense. We know he escaped and survived the FNAF 3 fire. But given how he looks with Springtrap, clearly he didn't get out unscathed. So presumably as well, the body within would have been burned as well, but not enough to like destroy him. Yeah, I could see that as entirely possible, if not very likely, that the body in Springtrap is burned. In fact, I thought that was pretty much outright confirmed with the FNAF 3 fire, and why his appearance changed between FNAF 3 and FNAF 6. Excuse me. Sleepy pee-pee. Nah, I've just had a long day. Let's see. And I had an excellent meal at a Mexican restaurant in town, which was very good. I had steak fajitas. Any other theories you got, or hell, have you liked my more recent theories? And what? God, that 40-minute reaction I put out this morning about how what is it with the? Which, did you see that, the latest teaser that dropped? I was really worried that I was gonna get proven wrong. Which, hey, swing miss. It's kind of the life of a FNAF theorist. But looking at the latest teaser, I'm starting to think I might have been right. In which case, I will want bragging rights forever that I called it, at the second teaser. And of course, it would be dated and everything. Because I think I put it out, yeah, this past week between the second and third one here. Because my thing, again, if it is trying to show Edwin's family, why did the narrator say kids instead of kid? Why did the man have a purple bow tie in the first one? What is it? Why is it, like, showing that the mother was starting to be neglected more and more in this third one, right? Like, I don't know, it's just looking like this is going to be William's family. And moreover, as someone else pointed out, if that's Murray and his family, why is he depicting himself and his family as employees? And not, like, the owners of the family, right? Like, think of any, like, family-owned company, like Wilcox Farms Eggs or something, right? Like, they're not gonna have some, thank you, William. They're not gonna have some random employee of theirs family on the cover, more than likely. Especially if they name the company after themselves, right? They'll put their family on it, right? Which makes me think, like, yeah, that's not Edwin and his family there, right? Or depicting them. Because if it were, you know, they wouldn't be depicting them as employees. They'd be like, oh, hey, this is the owners, this is the owner's family, this is our, you know, family-owned business, right? Which was a very good point someone else made, that I add to the pile of why I think. I saw your trailer and reaction. Well, perfect. Let me know. Like, do you think I'm right or wrong? Do you, because I'm really starting to think that the man and the woman and now the boy we're seeing, who was an infant at first and now a toddler, it looks like. Like, I went on about it for like 40 minutes, but I really think that that is showing us the formation and creation of the Afton family. I think the man is William and the woman is Mrs. Afton. You know, Clara Afton, until we get a different name for her, or that's the confirmed name for her. Which I actually need to re-look up at some point. That reminds me, on what is it? For the longest time, for a while there, people were saying that Dave, what is it? It's either Dave or Evan, I forget which, was the name of the crying child, but I've heard people go back to calling it the crying child. I don't know if, like, it got debunked or something changed or what, but people seem really gung-ho that, I don't think it was Evan, I think it was Dave, that Dave was the name of the crying child. It was either Dave or Evan, I forget which. But I guess I'd just like to know, if I missed something, I suppose. Now we play the game of see how long it takes to find a match. This is taking a while. People must be super ready for this chapter to drop. I know I am. Goodness. Sleepy. It would help if we could find a match. This animation's so cool, though. I don't believe the theory that Dave is Crying Child's name. And it was Dave, not Evan. I forget which. Like, I'm trying to remember where I heard that vaguely recently. I remember watching the video and it felt fairly compelling, but I've seen less and less people use the name Dave. I just don't know if something else got said or posted or a rebuttal to that video. I've been out of that loop specifically. Because I remember it being fairly compelling to me that Dave was his name. And if there's just something I missed, right, I guess I'd just like to know. Because at the very least, Dave feels better than just constantly calling him the Crying Child. Although I guess with the Crying Child, we all have no ambiguity about who we're talking about, right? Especially now with Edwin's son, David. To have Dave and David feels almost redundant, but hey, what is it? FNAF is kind of loosey-goosey with reusing names. Like, what? Aren't there, like, 3 different Fritzes and Jeremys or something? Like, I don't know. And I get it, you know, I'm not great at naming things, but I wouldn't be quite that repetitive. Charlie and Charlotte, now that I think about it too, are similar. But hey, I don't know. Naming people are hard. And I get it, you know, Dave doesn't feel like a little kid's name. Dave feels like he's the nice guy that works in accounting, right? Not like a, oh, what would he be? Like a 6 to 8 year old boy? Or, I don't know, how old? It's 1983. Michael's 14. Elizabeth is like, I don't know. 8. And the Crying Child is like, I don't know, 5, maybe? That makes sense in my head, at least. On what ages I think they were in 1983. And mind you, the big linchpin there is just that Michael being 14 in 1983 just feels very right, given like what he and his friends looked at like in that minigame cutscene. When they're taking the Crying Child to Fredbear. And it is something like a 14-year-old and his dumb friends would do, right? Dave isn't British enough to be his name. I mean, sure, yeah, and you know, maybe there was a point to that, but I mean, I don't know how super critical that would have been. Especially if he was conceived, born, and raised here in America. Now, sure, maybe William was like, hey, you know, maybe he should have more of an English name, which sure, but I don't know. I don't really think that would matter. I just remember, I would need to find that video, and I'm sure you can find it, even now, while we're waiting here. I remember it was a super popular video, where it goes into all that. I forget the title of the video, I just remember it was super compelling. Probably within the last 6 months, and yeah, like him figuring out using, what was it, the security logbook to argue, the crying child name is, Dave. And hey, don't get me wrong, I would kind of prefer Evan, like Evan, at least sounds like it makes more sense to be a young boy's name. There we go. Again, Dave feels like he works in accounting. We found a match. Let's see. Medic, nothing, flashlight, medic. That was a joke. Okay, fair enough. It's hard to get, context syntax through text sometimes. Also because I'm tired and streaming. Let's see. Wait until we find a fourth one. Yeah, we'll try our aura read build. See how we do with it. But, yeah. This is the aura read build I wanted to try. Instead of Starstruck, just doing an aura read build. There we go. I got a noob. See, I sent you the analog cores. I'll have to check that out here later, chatter. Blah, blah, blah. What is this? Lethal, I see them in the beginning. Barbecue, I'll see them after a hook. And I'll do it for longer. Distressing makes my terror radius bigger. I teleport to somewhere. Once they see me, they scream. I'll see them for 4 seconds. And I can do that every 60 seconds. Okay, so I'm regularly going to be finding people. Okie dokie, let's try it. On top of my bonding guitar, so I'll know which gens are being worked on. And if I get an axe in somebody, they'll also reveal themselves. So, full aura read build. Let's see how we do. Because Springtrap's already decent in chase, and he's got amazing mobility, so if I can find them, I've kind of got all my bases covered, right? Let's see if I can put that theory to practice here. Oh, yes. More blood points. Most excellent. Dare I say skibbity? I'm sorry. There we go. Let's see what we can do. Make this a little bit smaller real quick. Yep. Grim Painter, Backwater. Good thing it's a map I know. Blah, 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 blah. Lethal. Oh, yeah, they're all over there. Yep. Alright, so they all start over there. Let's come at them from the rear. They surely won't see that coming. We found a friend. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. I wouldn't grab my axe too soon. There we go. He's going to lead us away from the gen. We're going to head right back up to it. Okay, Grab our axe back. Oh, what the... Let's kick this guy. You're really trying to hide from me. Yeah, okay, they're around. Check here. Oh, okay, oh, there he is. Yeah, we're gonna want to loot him from this way. Oh, hang on, we got the lick on him. Good stuff. Grab our axe. Loop him this way. Better. Okay. Let's see. I guess he just dipped, okay. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Alright, good God. Okay. I don't have 20 years to look for somebody. Let's see, we'll check this one. There we go. This is what no slowdown looks like. Wow, they're kind of 3-gen themselves here. Good God. Let's see. This one. Again. That isn't really going anywhere. Alright, yeah, he's just gonna boogie. God, they're rushing us fast. just sit on my phone. This build clearly isn't working. I thought this build had potential, but I guess not. On my phone. There we go, finally. Yeah, and hey, we still got blood points, and I don't get a DC penalty. Good stuff. And let's see. Yep. Typical yep, sprint burst. Lithe, finesse. Damn, color me shocked. Good. Let's try that again. So, let's see. Let's try it again. I think I must have just gone against particularly good survivors. But hey, if you guys have any suggestions for a particular build, let me know. Now we just gotta wait for another half hour for a match. Almost wish there was a separate queue for I want to test builds with something other than bots, and I want to actually compete and sweat. Like, I wish... Like, yeah, almost like there was a competitive matchmaking. goodness. This is gonna be a minute, and hey, that's kind of the rough part of the PTB, right? There's nowhere near enough Survivor players in the PTB. And it will still be bad when it goes live, but nowhere near as bad as it is now. Oh, goodness. I'm just glad he's finally in here. It's gonna be a while with the Sigma. Goodness. Look at how Elriz you are. A skibbity toilet. God. Skibbity micro. I wish I had something more compelling to talk about. But I guess we kind of did that earlier, waiting to fix the stream. Good God. But hey, this is why I'm glad we're figuring out all this stream nonsense headaches before it goes live and before Secret of the Mimic comes out, because good God, am I going to have to hit the ground running with Secret of the Mimic. Because everybody's going to be on that, and I want zero spoilers. I want to see it all in-game. Excuse me. And I think they already know, you know, they've known for games for years, you know, they need to make it streamer friendly because, what was it, the creative director, that recently did an interview where he's talking about, like, oh yeah, there's just the surface level of the game, and you can just kind of, you know, ride it like an amusement park ride, and you can go from A to B to C, and you can just kind of, you know, go through the main course without too much drama or too much difficulty. It will have its moments, apparently, but the base game, the main quest, basically, the way he made it sound, I forget the exact words, but the main quest isn't that bad. But he said once you start to delve deeper and really look in the hidden corners of things, and uncover, you know, the deep lore, supposedly things are going to get very hard, very fast. Which I can only imagine. I'm just glad I didn't have the money for a VR set. Or I might have been tempted to get the game in VR when it comes out. But hey, they're not even opening with VR, apparently. Like, it's only going to be flat mode starting out. So hey, I'm not missing anything. I'll be able to play it just like anybody else. What is your age? Is that too personal question? I don't know. Do I want to put that out? I mean, yeah, I guess I should, I guess. Or no, not should. Like, I don't know. I don't know all the rules with shit these days and with streaming and whatnot. But, sure, I'll just say it. I'm 30. I just had my 30th birthday here in not too long ago, I'll say. God, yeah, now it's to the point I'm trying not to think about my age, because I guess now I'm officially an old man. Ugh. As god-awful as that feels to say. What the hell? I was just 24 the other day. I was 24 last year. What the... it happens. I had a decent 20s, though. Better than some, worse than some. Very mid, as the kids say. My 20s were very mid. Definitely had its high and low points. But now, I am feeling much better, and I am in a much better spot now. It's gonna take a minute, SpongeBob. Excuse me. Good at this, good at this, good at this. Nice. Unlocked. Most excellent. Swap that out. Stealth build. Wish there was an add-on that affected your terror radius. Yeah, loot bag was kind of for an in-game build. Check stream here. Yeah, this is a ridiculous amount of time to find a match, guys. This is ridiculous. Ugh. But hey, you know, it is the PTB. It kinda is what it is. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Are these the add-ons I want?
Who will suffer first?
Who will suffer first? We'll go back to trying this one. Yeah. Seems kind of dookie. Hang on. Yeah, let's swap it out. Let's get more undetectable. We'll try it. It's me. Boy, dead dog. Let's see what we can make happen.
I will make you suffer. Suffer like so many of the others.
Yes. Alright, yeah, they went that way. And I'm a tard and I forgot to think about leaving. Yep, there we go. Oh, whoa, okay. Oh, what? Okay. Interesting. There we go. Well, hey, we got our first down pretty quick. I don't know why she went in there like that. Give this guy a kick. Now we'll hop in here. We'll check over here real quick. Yep, good thing I did. There we go. There we go. Go throw you up there. Two hooks for one gen. I mean, we're not doing god awful at least. Let's see, we need to kick this guy up here. Did they get that gen done? Oh, main it looks like. Okay, right here. I'm gonna go right over here. really? Okay. Oh, hello. There we go. Ooh, okay. I mean, that was a good play, but hey, you still had to drop pallet. Okay, then. Go kick this guy. That one. Check this guy over here real quick. Nothing. Check this guy over here. Nothing, no, okay. Wow, these gens are flying. That's what you get for no slowdown. I got 2 hooks in the beginning and I'm still getting smacked around. That's just how it is. Let's see. Yep. Beautiful big. There we go. Go. Oh, hey, you guys, feel free. Sick. Kick this guy. They were very diligently working over there, it looks like. There we go. Oh, there they are. This real quick. This guy. Let's see. There went Gooch Sniffer. Sorry if I've been fairly quiet. I've been in the gamer zone. Highway to the gamer zone. Oh, that one, okay. I thought that guy had nothing interesting. Did they get it done super quick? Oh, there. Can I move, please? Go. Yeah, we're getting this kill at least, one way or the other. There, now what you gonna do? Make a move. I'm not the one running out of time, you are. Make a move, come on. You're about to run out of time. Nope, it looks like a 2K. Wish she would have made a move. Yep. I hate the mimic. Hang on, I'll get my thoughts. Let's see. GG's. Good luck next match. Good stuff. Got the 2K. What is it? That other one just straight dipped on her. And hey, that's how it is with survivors sometimes. Ice cold. 2K, not bad. Not bad. Why don't you like the mimic? I mean, hell, we've barely seen the mimic so far.
Going to enjoy this.
There we go. I don't know. I guess that's just my thoughts. Like, oh, I hate pumpkin pie. Have you ever tried it? No. You know, I don't know. Just my thoughts. There we go. Let's see. I'm also curious. I wanted to see the glitch thing here, if it still works. Ah, yeah, it does. It does show the bloody animatronic one. It is unavailable, but you can preview it. Eh, bloody. The description's the same. Ah, this is a different one. And further blood. Continuous killing spree. Further blood. Snap him into place. Oh, the knife one is different. Interesting. Try again here. Am I liking this build? Kinda. The aura reading is nice, especially if I can buff these perks up. Might want to play with the add-ons more, though. Let's swap it out for Chica's bib and Foxy's hook. Something to help us out in chase. So when they run through, they can't throw sprint burst. And for me, I speed up. Give me a little bit of a chase boost. We'll see. I mean, he's already got plenty of aura reading. Da-da-da. Let's see. Oh yeah, and I'll check and see what you sent, chatter. To analog horror.
Viewing of this tape is prohibited.
Oh wow, it looks like I'm really gonna have to like actually watch that. It's not just a quick video. Um, I'll watch that on my own later. Give it a proper watch. Let's see. Ugh. Goodness. Wait time. 5 nights at wait queue time. God. Yeah, while we're waiting, we keep looking at the add-ons. Yeah, yeah, prevents them from throwing exhausting perks for 5 seconds. So they can't super get away from the loop. And with Foxy's hook, yeah. That it speeds me up. Da-da-da. Yeah, none. You keep saying you hate the Mimic. What do you mean by that? Like, why do you hate him so much? We've barely seen him so far. That's what this whole game is gonna be, right? Pretty much centered on the Mimic. Kind of exploring it and figuring out who it is, although I think I've got a pretty good idea who it is. Actually. I find it interesting they're also working on Dracula. Wonder what they could be doing with him. does not stay. Ooh. Let's see. Hang on. Have you seen Not Real Names, Not at All's videos criticizing the Mimic? Those videos are my thoughts exactly. I thought she was more ambivalent, like, you know, maybe she wasn't, you know, gung-ho with the concept, but she was willing to give it a shot. I didn't, if you could point to a video exactly, like, I don't remember her going super into it. The Mimic being possessed would make the Mimic worse. Why is that? For me personally, like, I kind of get how people, like, especially Scott of all people, right, have wanted to take the series into a more sci-fi direction, and that's totally fine, and it has worked. I'm not saying it's not. It's just not my particular flavor. Like, I tend to prefer the possession and soul stuff. Again, not that, you know, I don't like the, you know, crazed AI, stuff, or the mixing of the two, you know, souls with AI and technology, but it's kind of neat to see, like, going back to its roots, right, and it's, like, what else could the Mimic's secret be? Like, what secret could it have that is so, like, that would be, like, so big that it would warrant making a whole game about it, right? Because we already pretty much know the long and short, you know, what's his face said in the interview, the creative director, that, because what would be the point if the Mimic, if it was possessed, of the Mimic if it was possessed? Like, the Mimic itself beforehand, or, like, after it's possessed? Because, beforehand, you know, like, it was just originally created to be, you know, like a guardian, basically, for Edwin's son, right? But after the fact, it would serve a very clear narrative parallel, or not parallel, but a narrative linchpin for William Afton, again, if, like I'm theorizing, was working at Murray-Co. With Henry, and he was around all this when this happened, and he, and possibly Henry, but he at the very least, sees what was going on there, right, with Edwin's son and the Mimic, and maybe he learned about, like, the point would be, what if William knew about, possession and soul transference, and whatnot a lot earlier than we thought he did. You know, that kind of changes the whole plot, doesn't it, right? Not entirely, but, like, it changes how you view it, right? Because maybe there was more of a point to Midnight Motorist, right? Maybe that wasn't just William in a drunken, you know, like, misery-fueled, rage. Maybe there was also a point to it. Maybe he knew, not only killing her would be awful, but also, you know, if he knew the security puppet was tied to her too, yeah, and would eventually go back to her, she might end up possessing the puppet, which is exactly what happened, right? Which would make it even worse if he knew that was going to happen, right? He doesn't just kill her, he effectively puts her in purgatory. You know, like, and just everything from that later point, right? And it would just, Because as it currently sits, if that's not the case, like, it's super odd how, like, the crying child dies, and there's a very extremely nebulous period of time between the crying child dying at Fredbear's, and somehow between then and roughly 87, apparently, William figured out all of this about Remnant. He did all those experiences, and sure, maybe you can argue that, and that's what people have countered, is that it was a difference of, what, 4 years? Maybe he could have done all that in that time, especially with the resources he would have still had, right? You know, maybe, but, you know, maybe he also, you know, saw something, like Remnant and Possession before, right? You know, and that would kind of be the point of the Mimic, right? To kind of point William in the right direction at the precise moment he was ready to fall, right? Which would connect the story. It would make it narratively satisfying for me, right? Rather than just he's able to completely piece together by himself that after the crying child dies, which actually, now that I think about it too, maybe he would have known. Yeah, that has a lot of implications, because if he knew Charlie would end up in the puppet, surely he would have known, like, because the very first death that happens is the crying child's, right? When Michael and his friends put him in the Fredbear mouth. Like, surely he would have known then as well that the crying child did end up possessing Fredbear, which is interesting to think about. And that might have been where he was keeping him until later, but he might have just really messed it up when he killed the one you should not have killed, Vengeful Spirit, Cassidy, whoever the other spirit in Golden Freddy is, right? He might not have realized, like, you can't put two souls in one vessel. And by the time he did, it was too late, and he can't separate the souls to pull the crying child out. Which would make, you know, that's the tragedy, right? It makes everything he did to bring his son back moot, right? Because he kind of trapped him in there with whoever the other spirit is. The Mimic is supposed to be this advanced AI that can learn and mimic everything. What would be the point of the Mimic in this new FNAF era being about AI if the villain is possessed? I mean, it wasn't even necessarily, like, totally about AI. Okay. I would need to rewatch the second Dalko interview with Scott, but I thought he was talking about how he wanted it to be more of a blend of, like, possession stuff, but leaning more on the sci-fi, right? And hell, to this day, right, can we definitively say for sure, 100%, that Glitch Trap has absolutely nothing to do with William and his soul or agony or anything? Like, we can't, right? We don't know. We don't know for sure, right? And heck, if anything, what is it? The Help Wanted games made it a point to call out that, like, oh, these old circuit boards, you know, weren't just scanned, but they were super old, and, like, but the actual physical thing, like, maybe something passed through that, like, advanced AI that can learn and mimic everything. What would be the point of the Mimic in this new FNAF era? Not necessarily about AI, if the villain is possessed. I think you can have both. I think the Mimic, how do I put this? I think the Mimic can kind of be like the Elizabeth Circus Baby situation, right? Because her, actually, yeah, that's a great point. Because with her, it was the exact same thing, right? There is Elizabeth, right? And then there is Circus Baby, the animatronic, right? And those two were kind of combined and like living together in one vessel, basically, for years, right? And it was this mixing of like a soul in Elizabeth and an advanced AI in Circus Baby. But at the same time, they're both two separate characters. They just melded together from two different sources. And I suspect something might be happening with the Mimic as well. That, yes, it's an advanced AI, but there's also a soul in it. And they're both kind of vying for influence, just like Elizabeth and Circus Baby. You should check out the School Rumors horror series. I might have to, too, but I might need to hunt for time to do it. It's gonna be all hands on deck here over this next month, finishing out the PTB here. I get a little bit of a break, for a couple weeks, before... Actually, I think Secret of the Mimic, drops first. Let's see here. When does Secret of the Mimic come out? Hang on. Let's hop on Steam. Let's see. Hang on. Yeah, no, blah, blah, blah. June 13th. So, yeah, Secret of the Mimic is going to drop before, what is it? The FNAF chapter in Dead by Daylight goes live. So, yeah, not even, like, 2 full weeks. It's going to be, like, the rest of this week. And then we'll have, like, just shy of 2 weeks. And then I immediately have to hit the ground running and, start playing and streaming Secret of the Mimic. And good God, like, you, me, and all the rest of the viewers, we're gonna kind of be ripping Secret of the Mimic apart for probably the next 6 months to year, if not more. It really just depends on how dense did they make that thing, right? Because, something else that was said in that interview with the creative director was, I remember they were talking about one of the problems of Security Breach, right, was just the problem of the sheer scale of it, right? Like, you think about the Pizzaplex, it is massive, 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 like, beyond massive. So much to the point to where they talked about a couple areas that had been cut, from Security Breach, and even then, like, there are vast parts of the Pizzaplex that are just kind of empty, right? Like, apparently there's, like, a whole, what is it, like, subgenre of videos of people finding, like, liminal spaces, like, backroom style, in the Pizzaplex, just because there's, like, so many creepy, empty places in the Pizzaplex that are just, like, pristine and empty. Like, and they talked about that, right? Like, how do you make a map that big and still fill it with stuff and not have it take, like, 10 years to make, right? And so apparently, I believe, what did he say? The footprint, at least, for the building could fit inside Roxy Raceway, is what he specifically said. So, like, not necessarily, like, volume, but, like, the perimeter of Murray's Costume Manor, this, you know, warehouse factory, it could, like, the footprint of it could fit in Roxy Raceway. Now, granted, that's not to talk, again, about, like, volume, right? Like, how tall is the building? And, how deep is the building, right? Surely there's going to be some underground areas beneath it. It still might be massive, right? Heck, we might even go to other areas outside the costume manor, and they're just keeping a super tight lid on that for surprise. You're right about not real name, not at all being impartial about the mimic. You're right about the interview too. I mean, yeah, just me going off memory, right? And I forget what video it would need to be. I just remember, I think she did a video on the mimic specifically. Yay, we found another match. And yeah, she just seemed more impartial. Like, she doesn't love the concept of the mimic, but she will give it a chance, was the impression I got, at least, from her video, whatever I had seen. Van down by the river. Yeah, same build, different add-ons. Let's try it. This might be my last match because I'm getting a little tired, and I might start to super suck after this. Yeah, that might just be the boost we need. Let's see here. Give it a shot. The Scott interview for clarification. Yeah, the second Dako interview. I will say I'm not only super curious about Secret of the Mimic, I will say with that latest Scott interview, I am really curious to see what he meant about what this next mainline game is after Secret of the Mimic. He said literally nothing about it other than one is being worked on and it exists. Gonna see you later. Oh, hey, well, thank you for sticking around. I'll finish out this match and probably end stream. Oh, Borgo. But thank you for sticking around, and feel free to check out my latest theories and let everyone else know. Okay, yeah, they're gonna go right over there. Those two are on that one. Yep. Yeah, we want to go to this one. Alright, let's keep going here. I whiffed that. Or I might have whiffed that. Yep, I sure did. Go. No, not this one. Check up here. Nope. Good God, where the... Okay. Thought I was just at that one. That took way too long. There, but in exchange you get a basement hug.
Insolent whelp.
God's sake, gin jockeys. Oh, there you are. Oh, hang on, I can't read what all of that is. But I will after this match. I'm gonna have to chill here. Oh, yep, there we go. That one. Okay, yep. Those two dipped. Dipped. Let's see. Where did she get off to hiding? Oh, okay. Damn. Damn, that's upsetting. Lol. Need to go back to running full slow down to have a chance, I guess. Let's see. Otherwise, 3 gens pop in 3 minutes, and there's nothing I can do. No. not add. Just thing, yeah. 3 gens will pop in 3 minutes. I have to do something else. Otherwise, Gen Jockeys GG the game in under 5. Good luck next match, though. We'll have peeps assume you're mad. What, am I supposed to say nothing at that, I get? Like... Oh yeah, and I am upset. It's like... They're gonna, you know... Bro's mad we playing the game. No, I mean, legitimately. I'm not mad. I learned my lesson. No fancy builds. Back to full slowdown. I know it's super annoying and boring for both killer and survivor, but again, what else am I supposed to do? I got into a chase within, what, 60 seconds? I had 2 downs within, what, 2-3 minutes? And still, like, 2-3 gens popped? Like, what else am I supposed to do, right? It's like, you know, so back to running full slowdown, which is the meta. Because otherwise gen jockeys make it to where the game doesn't last long enough. You're honest and talkative and it's okay. Yeah, I mean, you know, I appreciate it, but I mean, it's just my unfiltered thoughts. It's like, you know, 3-4 minutes go by in a game, and, you know, 2 or 3 gens pop, and it's like, I'm expected to have gotten my first kill in that time. What else am I supposed to start doing, you know? Because if I don't, you know, when it's down to 2 gens, if I don't have somebody dead, it's pretty much GG. And even then, if you've only got 1 kill at 2 gens, it's like, no. There's nothing you can do against gen jockeys, because, like, that's what separates a gen jockey from someone just doing a gen diligently, right? They will do gens in your face. They will let someone sit on the hook for the absolute most possible time. Heck, a lot of the times, survivors will, like, let their fellow survivors get to the second hook state. Just because they want to finish the gen first. That badly. You know, it's cutting off the nose to spite the face, in my opinion, but... you know, hey, they're right. Back to running full slowdown. And we'll let his power and add-ons carry. You know, it's lame, but it's like, if I have no time to deal with survivors, it's like, what else am I supposed to do? Here we go. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll try full slowdown. I mean, like, how much of a blast am I having as killer when the game lasts literally, like, 6 minutes? It's like, oh boy, what a chance I had. You're fine, just don't want you to get hate for calling anyone out. I mean, it's not even hate or calling anyone out, it's like me legitimately asking the question, like, what am I supposed to do? Right? Like, 2 gens pop in 2 or 3 minutes. The third is probably right around the corner. It's like, what am I supposed to do with that? Right? Like, oh, you're supposed, like, because the rule of thumb I always heard is you want to get your first kill at least by the time they're down to 2 gens. Right? Because once it's to that point, it's pretty much down to the wire. And so if you haven't gotten a single hook by then, it's like, you know, GG, right? You know, at best you kill one of them. Um, you know, there needs to be a good counter, and, you know, the good counter is running full slowdown. I dropped you a sub. Looking forward to hoping to see what you and Ouroboros got up to yesterday. Yeah, I needed to, hang on, let me, what was your first message about? Who's this, Ouroboros? My sibling told me about an encounter they had while playing with you on DBD last night. They are called Ouroboros in game. Doesn't ring a bell, I might have. Came to wish you good luck and drop a subscribe. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, for what it's worth, I'm mainly a FNAF theorist. I've only gotten into Dead by Daylight since the collab announcement last year. I played Survivor for like a month, got extremely turned away from Survivor by people who play Survivor a lot, basically. And I've switched to Killer and done nothing but Killer since. And mainly as well because I knew, you know, well, you know, I assumed Michael would be coming too, but that turned out to not be true, or at least for now, hopefully. But I knew more so I wanted to focus at Killer and get good at Springtrap, which I was not expecting a projectile killer, I'll say that. But I am very glad I got the Killer fundamentals down right. Because, I started with Clown. I got really good at Clown. I read the entire Aranad Clown guide front to back. Or I guess top to bottom on the screen. I learned a whole lot from it. And then I transitioned to Myers, and I've gotten really good at Scratch Mirror Myers specifically. Which makes me lean more towards stealth. And also, like, getting the M1 killer mind games down to a science. Granted, I have had, like, 0 projectile experience, though, outside of, like, a little bit of unknown. So that wasn't ideal, because I wasn't expecting to have a projectile one. I have my in-game builds to counter gen jockeys. So you are new. Yeah, I guess, in comparison to people who have been playing this game for years, yeah. The FNAF collab was what kind of drew me to him, right? Again, I'm mainly a FNAF theorist. This is just kind of like extra, I don't know, icing on the cake, right? Especially at the beginning, this is the first big collab. What is it? For DBD chat, I do recommend keeping it short and sweet. We encountered some nasty people in there. We won't appear to block anyone, cause I mean, it doesn't bother me, right? I mean, I was legitimately hoping for a conversation there, but like, and again, I fully acknowledge maybe it's just I'm biased because I play only Killer, but I've sure noticed the only time survivors tend to say anything is when they're extremely mad or they win. There's not like a whole lot of GG's, even if it's like a draw at 2K, right? You know, like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I don't know. This game seems to bring out the worst of people, I will say that. But I'm not afraid to talk to anybody about anything, and it doesn't bother me. If anything, I would love to ask that question to Survivor mains. Like, you are the killer, right? Legitimately, 3 gens pop in like 3 to 4 minutes. What is he supposed to do? What is the killer supposed to do? Like, for real, like, we're down to 2 gens, and we're at, like, 4.5 minutes into the game. Like, I would love to hear an answer, right? Like, it would be extremely funny to hear the response, like, oh, you're supposed to get 2 kills in 4 minutes. Duh. Like, it's like, what? No, like, there's no way you can do that. Like, even with competitive, that's insane. Let's see. Conversationalists are rare in chat for DVD. Yes, yes, just be careful. Survivor may, I mean, a killer when I stream. I mean, I appreciate it, and, you know, I kind of know, like, you know, I was playing online console games, God, like, over... I'll put it like this. I'm old enough to remember when Halo 3, came out for the 360, and how hyped we were for it. But, and how we drive to each other's houses just to have LAN parties, if that dates me, to the Mesozoic. But having said that, you know, I know how to deal with flack from people in what is it, multiplayer games, and like that is nothing, right? Even the worst in DBD I've seen is nothing. Ouroboros is the kind of killer that will kill all survivors with only 2 gens left. There's different playstyles for everyone. Yeah, but even then, and what is it? Ouroboros is Wesker, right? And he seems like he could get more utility out of it, but I mean, even then, like, you kind of need to set a build around in-game. You know, that's why they're called in-game builds, right? You kind of need to make a whole dedicated setup for that, right? Yeah, LAN parties in the ancient times, right? But legitimately, I just want people to expect that. Like, ask that to Survivor mains, right? Like, is that the expectations? Am I supposed to be, no, talking about my sibling, okay. You know, like, am I supposed to be running full slowdown or a full in-game build? Because running chase builds, running aura read builds, you know, running even, like, fun, goofy builds, like full haste builds, running vault builds, or, what is it? Yeah, my vault break build, right? This was so fun, but it's like, you get smacked around if you're not running anything but full slowdown, or I guess in-game. Oh, Ouroboros is their username. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, and so you're speaking to them like how they play killer. Okay. I could have swore Wesker's name was the Ouroboros or something. Unless I'm insane. It's entirely possible. So that was just throwing me off. Like how Springtrap here isn't called Springtrap, he's the animatronic. But yeah, I you know, I get, that's just what I have noticed, right? And granted, you know, these problems aren't new or specific to Springtrap, right? I've made these complaints definitely more so when I was maining Clown and Myers, right? These are low mobility killers that, especially more so with Clown, are a one-trick pony. Like, he's just good at chase. Now, granted, he's probably the best at chase of any killer in the game, dare I say. But he has no map traversal, like, at all. Same with Myers, right? He has no map traversal. Now, Myers is super great to set up for, you know, like an in-game build or a slow build. Because once you get a tier 3 Tombstone Myers, you know, with haste perks, yeah, it's pretty much GG. If he knows basic looping. What we recommend is finding what you like to run. Just have fun with it. My first few months, I rarely got any kills at all. It's a game you learn, not one you're good at immediately. Well, no, but I mean, I've been playing it for like 6 months now, right? You know, and I've done very well before, but it's just like, I can tell when I'll put it to you like this. I can tell when I'm getting outskilled, and I usually admit it in the moment even. But if there's something to where it's like, what am I even supposed to do here? And it's not an outskill, it's a just, there was no chance of me getting this. That's the part that annoys me, right? I am of the opinion that I've had the most fun in this game when, like, me and the survivors are evenly matched. And whether I win or lose, it was a fight, right? If I'm getting my teeth kicked in all game and twerked by the survivors at the gates, like, and insults after that, like, that's not fun, obviously. Or vice versa, right? If I am, like, curb stomping survivors the whole one, like, that's not very fun, right? It's like, I want a challenge, right? I don't want to just, smack Megs, like a new Meg player around, right? Like, it's not particularly fun. And I'm of the opinion fun comes from the challenge. Gotta learn the new killers, but yeah, there's always going to be gen jockeys or blinders. Yeah, and I mean, because of that, it's like, the one real counter I am aware of to gen jockeys, is full slowdown build. Or not this one. Yeah, full slowdown builds, because, like, fun builds like this that I came up with, like the vault break build, with a little bit of aura reading, like, it doesn't work. Right? You can have amazing chases. You can get in a chase within 30 seconds of the match starting, right? Doesn't matter. You can get, just like I did last game, you can get 2 hooks, almost back-to-back within, like, 3 minutes of the game starting? Doesn't matter, right? Like, gen jockeys make it to where if you're not running full slowdown, you're not going to be doing much. It's like, yeah, what else can you do, right? And I mean, it's to the point to where it's like, I get it, right? And the part I really don't like bringing up to survivors, but it is true in my mind. Survivors have said gen jockeying is the most effective way for them to play the game, right? And I agree. It quite clearly is the most effective way for survivors to play the game, right? Is it fun? That's debatable for both sides. My counter to that argument, though, is, you know what the most effective way to play is for killer? Tunneling. Tunneling is the most effective way to play killer. But how many killers intentionally hard tunnel right out of the gate from the game? Like, almost none, right? And it's notable when they do it. So, like, killers, just out of a sense of, like, fun and not wanting to, like, sweat that hard, are intentionally kneecapping themselves to begin with. I don't know. I just wish that attitude was shared. I don't think we have much conversation with those who play like that, or reasons as to why they choose to, right? That you want to talk to is good, though, good for you. I mean, yeah, I'm always going to try and give someone the benefit of the doubt, right? But, like, that's kind of a joke I've heard float in killer circles, though, right? Like, if there's a survivor bringing an Eerie of Crows offering, it's because they need it. Is the joke I've heard. Or, running the same meta perks. And I get it, that's a complaint on both sides. Yeah, do that. Actually, let's mix it up. We'll do the Shroud of Vanishing. That's funny in a way. Not first starting the PTB this time. 90% of the first encounters are running Springtraps. It was awful. I can only imagine what, like, awful for them or you. Which one is this? Here, actually, yeah. I'll show you my Vault Break build. I was about to ready up. Just for fun, tunneling, not running. Tunneling Springtraps are awful, right? Well, yeah, and there's going to be a lot of killers who don't care, and a lot of new killers that are FNAF fans that have just picked up the game and don't know, like, killer etiquette or the survivor rulebook for killers is kind of what it feels like sometimes. Because, I mean, in a perfect world, survivors wouldn't gen jockey, and in a perfect world, killers wouldn't hard tunnel right out of the gate, but, I will show you here how much I'm going to get clapped running this fun build here. So let's see. And hopefully I'm able to keep my brain working, right? We're going to go right in here. I hate some of these stupid security door spawns. We're going to go right over here. And nothing. We're going to go right back in. Going to go to number 1. And nothing, no. I'll respond to that. My brain is on fire right now. Number 6, we'll check over here. Nothing, okay. So now we're gonna go to over here. See, nothing. I'm not finding any survivors yet. We're gonna go here. And now we'll check number 7. This is like, oh, thank you for sticking around. Hey, here we go. Now we found them, and they're about to get it popped. Yep. Oh, wow. And you threw the pallet. This is sick. There you go. Kick this. Oh, that's why they're on these two. Let me kick this guy. Now we're going to open this. Ah, that's why. They're all doing it together. Cute. Not only are they gen jockeying, they're gen rushing. Hey, Bill. Hi, Bill. Bill, I want my axe back. Bill, I want my axe back. Thank you for my axe back. Here we go. And up you go. Now we go back. Now we're gonna go in here. Yep. We're gonna vault this. We're gonna create. Oh yeah, he knew not to go for that window. Gonna go for the unhook. We're gonna kick this again. Now we're gonna get our axe back. We're gonna vault for the unbound value. We're gonna ready aim. Yep. Now we'll kick this guy. No, oh wow, see, no respect at all. They'll do it 5 feet from me. Dang, where'd that pallet go? Go. Oh, someone else was working on one. We'll throw you right over here. Up you go. Go right through here. We'll check that guy. No. And we'll check this guy. check this guy. Yep, beautiful. Oh, sick. Oh, wow, a DC already? Man, I wonder if they had bad internet connection. Must be a shame. Somehow I'm able to run Starlink, and that doesn't happen to me. I mean, hey, I get it. The game's only fun when you're kicking someone's teeth in. At least for some people. There you go. You're gonna take that hit. There we go. Now we're gonna vault. Yep. Now you're gonna give me the pallet. Beautiful. There we go. If it'll let me kick it. There we go. Bill. Hey, another gen got popped. Is what it is. Up we go.
Insolent whelp.
We're gonna go in here. We're gonna check that guy over here. Check in here. And we're gonna check this one. Get our X back. Go in here. Check this guy over here. Oh, there we go. Vault this. Beautiful, we made that. We're gonna vault again. Get our axe back. I guess he didn't want to loop that anymore. Funny. There we go. We'll want to kick this. Check this guy over here. Oh, yep, there we go. Kick this. We're gonna go across the map, because I got a feeling. Go. Pick this. weren't too interested in trying to distract me and chase. That's funny, I guess. Check number 2. All these gens that are close to doors are nice. Oh, cute. Oh, cute. Okay, cool. So yeah, you see the value of fun chase builds, I guess. There. Good stuff. Oh boy. Good gen jockeying, massive fun. Back to full slow down builds, I guess, lol. Yeah, even when they win, they don't say anything. It's funny, I guess. Let's see. But yeah, no, I guess I just don't get it, guys. Feel free to chat and let me know, what is it? Now we'll try the full slowdown build, and we'll see if we do better, or I just legitimately suck. Yeah, getting 5 dying light stacks, 15% penalty to repair. Pop goes 20% every time I kick the gen. Corrupt buys me 120 seconds in the beginning. Surge pops a gen every time I down somebody within a 32-meter radius. Not super fun, but, you know, it's the only thing that's viable, supposedly, so we'll give it a shot. You know, when survivors have no fear of you and they're popping gens in your face, and I don't know, it just kind of kills the fun and the immersion, right? If they have no sense of risk. And hey, let me know, am I looping bad? Am I just not playing right? Do I need to figure out the axe more? Do I need a better build? Do I need better add-ons? Is it the map? Like, let me know. Like, am I doing something wrong, or is it just matches are just supposed to last like 7 minutes on average? In which case, like, theoretically, how am I supposed to be expected to get 12 hooks in that time, right? I mean, it's just... I don't know. Gen jockeying, is seeming like the only good counter is hard tunneling. And it just makes me wonder, like, I guess I know why killers do it, is what I'll say. I'm not quite that committed to being anti-fun, but when I keep getting my teeth kicked in over and over and over, and I know I'm looping and playing well, it's like, okay, to salvage any kind of fun, and make this a challenge, even against, you know, average survivor teams, I need to run full slowdown. And then just lean on my power and add-ons. Yeah, I mean, it's not super fun, but it is what it is, right? And, you know, sure, but that last game, I did really kneecap myself in the beginning by, again, keep continually forgetting I'm running lethal and not paying attention in the beginning and not immediately getting in chase. That probably kneecapped me a good bit. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. What else am I supposed to do? It's like I said as well, like, I think I've got a decent sense of when I'm being, like, outplayed versus just, there's nothing I can do here. And, you know, I guess that's kind of the annoying part. For a game that's supposedly casual, good God, do you have to, micro it to be halfway decent at killer, apparently. And I guess that's just what I'm wondering, like, isn't the killer getting their teeth kicked in repeatedly what killed Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game? Like, all the killers in that just, you know, they made the survivors too OP and all the killers left and nobody played it anymore and the game died. I don't know. Either that, or the alternative theory I have, which is, matchmaking is totally boogered. And, they're pairing new killers like me up against, like, survivors who have been playing this game for, like, 10 years or something. You know, like Nias who can, via the alignment of Jupiter when they spawn in on Autohaven, can tell that it is a Blight player running a specific build, right? Like, those kind of survivors. If I'm being matched with them, I guess, yeah, that would also make sense why I'm getting my teeth kicked in. And to be fair, I guess I have noticed, like, my level will be, like, what, like 2? The highest one I've got of any character is it Myers? Yeah, Myers. I'm at a whopping 11. And I'm still regularly going up against, like, survivors up to level 50 or 60 even. And it's like, like, is matchmaking working? Maybe that's the problem. maybe I don't suck. Maybe it's just I'm facing people with 5 times the experience that I have, if not more. I don't know. I just know that I have the most fun in this game when me and the survivors are evenly matched, and neither of us are kicking each other's teeth in, and it's a genuine fight the entire game. Because then, whether I win or lose, it's like, oh, okay, they earned that, right? If I feel like I'm getting bent over and my little cheek spanked the whole game, it's like, well, this isn't fun. I'm facing sweat entities who have been playing this game for like the better part of 9 years. That's not particularly fun or compelling gameplay to me, but, you know, hey, maybe I'm entitled. I don't know. Um, um, but there we go. Honestly, I might just end it there, guys, if it's gonna take me forever. I see a couple of you are watching, but no one else is saying anything either, which is fine if you guys don't want to say anything. Um, but it's late. I'm getting tired as well. And I don't feel like waiting. What is it? Another half an hour just to get into a match and face more sweat lords. I don't know. Of course, I'll get better as time goes on, but it's just, you know, facing sweat entities every game. You know, maybe it's just a PTB thing. I'm sure the there effectively is no ranked matchmaking in the PTB, so I probably am going up against sweat lords. But you know, it is what it is. But you guys, thank you for watching. Have a good night, and hopefully I should be streaming tomorrow. Thank you very much for sticking around. Please feel free, again, I'm a FNAF theorist mainly. This is just extra stuff on the side. Feel free to check out my theory videos. I, you know, put out a handful here recently as well. I'd love to, you know, not just, you know, more views just for view, but like I'd love to see more engagement on them too, and, you know, keep the conversation going. Or if any of you guys are DVD players and new to FNAF lore, you know, hopefully my videos can give a bit of an overview, and others besides. But at the very least, start a conversation about it. So, thank you very much for watching. You know, please feel free to check out my other videos, and I should be streaming tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.